In this presentation, Dr. Brian Walensky, low vision optometrist, will talk about the OrCam MyEye and how it can benefit you in employment, education, and improve quality of life.
For the past 7 years, I've introduced the OrCam MyEye to many other professionals, many doctors, clinics, and of course my patients, and many different people using the OrCam MyEye today. This is the OrCam MyEye 2 device. The device is as small as your finger and attaches to most any eyeglasses by two little magnets right here on the side. So it attaches to the glasses like so, and someone's able to wear the device. It was designed for people who are blind or visually impaired, and what the device does is OrCam will take a picture of what it sees and then speaks back the information through a speaker that's next to the ear. Specifically, what OrCam does is it takes a picture and then speaks back the information that it sees. OrCam is able to read from text, able to recognize people, able to recognize barcodes, color, products, money, and it does a whole lot more. OrCam has really been giving people back their independence and empowering people in many ways. If I want to activate the OrCam MyEye to take a picture, all I need to do is point forward with my finger, and it sees this gesture. OrCam recognizes and sees my finger. I have it pointed upwards like the number 1, and it sees my nail, and then as soon as I hear an auditory beep, I remove my finger, OrCam will take a picture and then speak back the information that it sees. So if I was holding up any text, all I want to do is point forward with my finger, hear the auditory beep, remove, and OrCam will instantly read back to me. Also, OrCam can function by me tapping right on the side of the touch bar device. But another great feature is that if I just want it automatically to work on its own, all I got to do is hold up a page in front of me. As long as OrCam sees the corners of the page, it will automatically take a photograph and then speak back to me the information. I can sit back, relax, and read from any text that I want. Whatever eye disease that somebody has, whether it be macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, or an inherited retinal disease like retinitis pigmentosa, OrCam can work for anybody. It also can work for anyone of any age and any technological ability, as it's really easy to use. It's helped people who are blind or visually impaired go back to work, to thrive at work, to go to school, and not only just go to school, but excel at school. And also at work is to compete with their peers and be on the same level playing field. It's done a lot and wonders for many people. It's helped empower my patients, and it's also given a lot of my patients their independence. Maybe it's not for them at the moment, but at least they know something's out there, something that's being worked on. Or maybe in that moment it's something that they can use and something that OrCam can help with right now in their daily life, whether it be school, whether it be work, or whether it be just in their daily lives to have more independence. A lot of my patients, when they come to me, they're scared, they're nervous. I see a lot of seniors and a lot of elderly who are losing their sight to macular degeneration or other diseases, and they're coming to me for solutions. And I really want to help my patients, and I try to help them by any means necessary. This means also in implementing technology into my low vision evaluations, because sometimes that pair of glasses that they want or that magnification, it doesn't work for somebody anymore. So I want to utilize anything or any possibility to help my patients. For the important activities that it gives somebody in their everyday life that they can do, just to pick up a piece of your mail independently without having to wait for someone to come home to read it to you, to pick up a book and just be able to sit and read it on your own, to pick up the newspaper and read your favorite columnist of that day, and just to go out to a restaurant and read the menu on your own rather than a family member or your friend or even the waitress or waiter having to read it to you. So I've worked with hundreds of individuals teaching OrCam, showing OrCam, and showing them the benefits of OrCam. But what's great is hearing back from a lot of the individuals and a lot of the people that I've taught using OrCam and hearing what they have to say from using it.
OrCam MyEye 2, the most advanced wearable AI for vision impairment. It is the only wearable artificial vision tech that is activated by an intuitive pointing gesture or simply by following the wearer's gaze. Instantly and discreetly reads printed and digital text aloud from any surface. And now, new interactive reading powered by natural language processing that allows to search for specific text.
Start interactive reading.
Ready.
Read name.
Ms. Shira M. Cooper.
Find total.
Total due $78.
And a new breakthrough orientation feature to assist with mobility and identification of objects.
What's in front of me?
One door to your left and one door to your right.
Guide me to the left door. What's in front of me?
One person is in front of you, one empty chair to your right.
Guide me to the empty chair.
Seamlessly recognizes faces,
Matt Jansen.
money notes,
$50.
products, and more, all in real time. Wireless, lightweight, intuitive operation, all compacted into a device the size of a finger. Available in 25 languages and in 48 countries, OrCam MyEye 2 is making the difference for tens of thousands of people worldwide, increasing day-to-day independence and dramatically improving their quality of life. Breakthrough assistive technology pioneered by leading minds in the computer vision and machine learning fields to deliver AI as a companion. OrCam MyEye 2, our vision, empowering people. ACB members are eligible for a special discount. If you are interested in viewing a demo of our products, please check the conference agenda for OrCam's demos.
One patient of mine years ago commented to me about the OrCam device that it helped him be more part of his family because he was successfully using a lot of other low vision devices, except all these devices were large and tucked away in another room in the house. They were not portable, they weren't mobile, they needed to be attached or wired to something. And he always had to use his devices somewhere else in the house. Where OrCam is not attached to Wi-Fi or the cloud, doesn't have any wires, and is able to be used independently, he was able to go around the house anywhere he wants and use the OrCam device, even sitting right there with his family in the kitchen, being part of everyone, not being isolated, and being more social with his family. As a low vision optometrist, I see many elderly patients who are losing their sight either to many different eye diseases, macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy. And the one thing that they all have in common is they're all fearful of what's happening to their vision. And I've had many of my patients even say it makes them feel like a prisoner in their own home because they feel isolated. They don't want to be a burden on their family, so they just stay at home. And they're not as social as they used to be. Some patients who have been very social, been out playing cards, are no longer going out and playing cards with their friends because they don't want to burden their friends of, oh, you tell me what that card number is.
Once I got the OrCam device, I was able to read a book that I felt liberated. And in a way, it's changed my life. I know that eventually I will be sightless. The OrCam can provide me with a more independent feeling.
Well, I had one patient who came in for a demonstration of OrCam, and he was an older gentleman in his 90s. He came in with his son. You could tell right away when they came in their relationship was very strained and stressed. The father, who was losing his eyesight, was upset about it and withdrawn, was upset that he couldn't read anymore. And his son was very anxious because he wanted his father to be more independent. He was working a full-time job and also helping to care for his father as he wants to, and he wants the best for him. And we tried OrCam, And I just remember the smile on his face when he first pointed at the page, OrCam read to him, and just this big smile came across his face. The first time throughout the whole exam. And this was about 45 minutes into the examination. And it was just a joy to see. And not only he was smiling, the son was smiling because they knew this was a solution for him. About a month went by, I called them up, and I'm finding out not only did OrCam help his father be more independent, help him read, help him enjoy his elder years, and help him be more independent, but what it also did is it helped their relationship, and the relationship was better, and that's what it was about for them. And it was just great to hear, and it was great to be a part of that. For other individuals, I had one gentleman call me frantic, and he said he's plugging OrCam in, but it's not charging. What's going on? I said, I don't know. As long as you're plugging it in, your OrCam should be charging. And he says, I really need to charge my OrCam. I use it every day. I'm using it for reading my texts, my books. I'm at a loss here. I feel like I lost my friend. So he actually used that term, and he said, I feel like I lost my friend reading to me. And really, that touched me. So unfortunately, I was away. Met him first thing Monday morning, and we come to find out he's just using the wrong charger. He was using something from a different appliance. He got it mixed up. We got him all fixed up, and he got back to reading. But it was really nice that he said, I lost the ability of my friend reading to me. And that's what he felt, that OrCam was his friend. And another gentleman actually who misplaced his OrCam recently called me up, and he was a little frantic about it, and he said, oh, what am I gonna do? He said, what he felt is that he lost his eyes, he said to me. He said to me he lost his MyEye, or his eyes, because he also felt safe when he had OrCam with him. And now that he didn't have it on him, that he lost it, it felt like he didn't feel safe not having the device on him. Other patients, it's allowed people to get back to work. I have one woman who I recently trained to use OrCam only a month ago. She lost her eyesight. She quit her job. She's a younger individual. She still has a lot of years left, a lot of working years left. And she tried OrCam, and I got into knowing her more about that she wants to continue her job. She wants to continue in her career. She wants to go back to work, and that OrCam is going to allow her to do that. So I'll have to update everybody in the future on that, but she's very now optimistic about getting back to work. I remember another individual a while back who said to me, one thing he liked about OrCam is it brought him back to within his family. Meaning he used to have to go sit in another room using all of his different low vision aids and tools and machines, whereas OrCam is portable, small, lightweight, it's wearable, he just wears it right on his glasses, and he can walk around the house with it. It's not connected to Wi-Fi, it's not connected to the cloud or internet, he can use it wherever he wants to go. So now he could sit down with his family at the kitchen table and just read the mail or do any activity he wants to do, or surrounded by his family and not away from them in another room somewhere else hidden in the house.
What people don't understand is that losing your vision, you have to grieve it. Your vision is a part of you, so it's like a death, and you have to go through all those emotions, and it took me a long time. I still don't think I'm fully comfortable with it. I deal with it because I have kids and I have to get up in the morning and I have a family I have to take care of, but it's not an easy thing to get accustomed to. My name is Holly Bonner. I'm a blind mom of 2 little girls, and I live in Staten Island, New York. Being a mom is hard. It's a hard job. The hardest job I've ever had, and the pay stinks. We love looking around at what's kind of like on our nature walk when we go to school. My kids know to tell me, oh, mommy, there's flowers here.
Singing to the flowers? You gonna give the flowers a kissy?
I don't want to be the mother that's always hovering, over them.
You wanna go try? Okay, I'm coming. Go ahead.
I want them to be a kid.
You okay? You're okay. You're okay. Oh, did you fall?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, okay. Mothers are always judged. Be a mother in my position, you know, as a blind mom, it's 10 times worse. They just really look down on it. They don't think that you should be doing it.
Line home, friend. Forward. Hop up.
It took about 5 hours after I had my daughter. When I had been sleeping, they put this sign above my bed, "Patient is legally blind." And all the nurses were like, they were like hanging overhead, you know, and they were very scared and nervous. I was so afraid that somebody was gonna come and try to take her.
You ready? We are the Bonnet Girls.
And I really believe that if I didn't have my husband with me, who was fully sighted, that it would have been a completely different outcome. The thing that I love about OrCam is that it's here, it's on my head, but unless you're really looking, it's attached to your glasses. You don't even know that it's there. So I don't have to wait for daddy. You know, I could just use the OrCam and we read the book together and they love it. And the tone on Staten Island is changing, which is great, because you hear people that are now, instead of saying, oh, she's blind and kind of like pointing, they're like, oh, Holly Bonner is legally blind, or Holly's visually impaired. Oh, that thing on her head, that thing, oh, that's an OrCam. They know. You're changing the culture that's related to the blind community, which is awesome. I mean, it's really amazing. I had a woman come up to me at one of the meetings and she said, are you gonna take my picture? Do you wanna save my face? I'm thinking to myself, your face I don't wanna save, but thanks for asking.
So I see many patients here in New York who either have lost their sight long ago or are in the process of losing their sight. And they're referred to me either through other clinics, other optometrists, or through their ophthalmologists. They're either undergoing treatment for their current eye disease or have lost their vision to a level that their vision is not functional enough for the activities that they enjoyed. Most importantly, reading. So when patients come to see me, I go through a process, a low vision examination. And at first, I take a thorough history. After taking the thorough history, I do a careful refraction. We want to see if glasses or some kind of magnification is going to work for the individual. But I always, for everybody, introduce technology. For every patient that comes in, whether they're a mild low vision person or someone who has profound visual impairment or is legally blind. It's very important for people to understand that there's technology out there, things like the OrCam MyEye, that can help in everyday life or can help them meet their goals. So for every patient, I actually introduce the OrCam MyEye towards the end of my exam. Maybe it's not for them at the moment, but at least they know something's out there, something that's being worked on. Or maybe in that moment, it's something that they can use and something that OrCam can help with right now in their daily life, whether it be school, whether it be work, or whether it be just in their daily lives to have more independence. A lot of my patients, when they come to me, they're scared, they're nervous. I see a lot of seniors and a lot of elderly who are losing their sight to macular degeneration or other diseases. And they're coming to me for solutions. And I really want to help my patients. And I try to help them by any means necessary. This means also in implementing technology into my low vision evaluations, because sometimes that pair of glasses that they want or that magnification, it doesn't work for somebody anymore. So I want to utilize anything or any possibility to help my patients. What we know is that, unfortunately, here in the United States, there is no device for vision, low vision, or even someone who has good vision but just wants a pair of glasses. There is no medical insurance that will cover any assistive technology or any type of magnification type device for vision. And that's unfortunate. What is fortunate is that we do have these assistive technology devices out there that are not out of reach for people to afford. The prices might seem like a sticker shock, initially when you're told something is $1,000, something's maybe even $4,000. But for the things that it gives somebody, for the independence, for the empowerment that it does for somebody, for the important activities that it gives somebody in their everyday life that they can do, just to pick up a piece of your mail independently without having to wait for someone to come home to read it to you, to pick up a book and just be able to sit and read it on your own, to pick up the newspaper and read your favorite columnist of that day, and just to go out to a restaurant and read the menu on your own rather than a family member or your friend or even the waitress or waiter having to read it to you, which is priceless.
My wife must like it because I don't have to ask her to read things to me all the time. And that is a plus when I can make my wife happy. I'm certainly happier with the OrCam MyEye device, and it just makes me so much more self-sufficient, which makes me feel just plain better, more in control of myself than I was before. I had to rely on my wife for a lot of things, and now I could do things on my own when I wanted to do them. I'm a big reader, and I couldn't read books anymore. The OrCam MyEye device is so tiny now that I can carry it with me all the time, and I can use it whenever I want. I don't leave home without it. It gave me the ability to start going back to reading books, seeing and reading the newspaper every day. It just gave me that flexibility to enjoy myself. I even use it to read captions on the television. You'd be surprised if you ask directions in New York City how many misdirections you get. So I like to be independent and know where I'm going and be able to check it as I go by street.
In the beginning, it was a lot of things I couldn't do. You know, I was wondering how would I be able to read my mail? How would I be able to, you know, tell time? How would I be able to live? You know, it was just so suddenly. You know, so when I got OrCam MyEye, and I realized the things that I could do with it, you know, it was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. Technology, I was so excited. Like I could just feel I could do anything now. Now I said things that seemed difficult became easier. You know, I could open my mail, press it, and it's gonna read it for me. And I could listen to it. You know, and if it's a part that I don't understand, I want to go back, I could just put my finger at the position where I thought I left off, and it'll read from there. I could go like this. It'll tell the time for me. I could take my money out. Before, I used to tell people, hold my money. I didn't know if they were stealing from me or not. So I look, now it tells me $1, $5, $20. These are the things that you're able to do. I will go into the supermarket and I don't know what's around because I can't see, so I'm picking up things and I'm asking people, excuse me, what is this? And they'll say, oh, it's this. Now I don't have to do that. I could go in there, pick it up, and I could actually read, snap, and it's gonna tell me what's in my hand. I felt so embarrassed and having to ask people, you know, when I'm shopping, I don't know for everybody else, but when I'm shopping, I want to know everything that's out there. I'm picking up, oh, what's that? And looking. So now that I couldn't see, I felt like I wasn't able to really shop the way that I wanted to shop. I could go in there, pick it up, see what it is. Oh, I don't want that. It has a barcode. It reads the barcode of the item that you have. And it tells you all about it. That's amazing. That's just amazing to me. You know, I'm happy I have this, and I tell you, anybody that does not have it and they feel like they can't do, this is a step of getting your independence back. And it's technology, so this is just the beginning. There's more to come. So if you ever felt like you couldn't do it, you'll be able to. You know, it's just amazing. I love it. I love it. I don't go anywhere without it.
After graduating from the United States Military Academy, we received orders to deploy to Mosul, Iraq. In building the country, I came face to face with a suicide car bomb on April 6th of 2005. And after the man blew himself up, sending shrapnel through both of my eyes, knocking me unconscious, I woke up about 5 days later in Walter Reed Army Medical Center, blind the rest of my life.
We've chosen to live a life looking at what we do have versus what we don't have. It was very clear from the very beginning of Scotty's injury that technology was going to be the key for us.
The OrCam MyEye 2 is great for any eyesight loss. The independence and the freedom of life it has given me, I know will be able to help anyone. Just the ability to wake up, to put my clothes on, to understand what color of shirt I have, what color of pants I have, to try to live a little bit more socially normal. The OrCam MyEye gives me that freedom.
I think even just like getting ready in the morning, you know, where Scotty's not just like, I don't know what it is, boys. Pumpkin spice.
Oh yeah. Does anyone want some for breakfast?
Those are moments that I think sometimes we take for granted when we have eyesight. And so when they see him continuing to push the limits and using technology such as OrCam, they want to know more about it.
But for me, it's then to educate them on what technology devices and how OrCam works and what freedom it gives me.
Truly helps me be a better father.
Especially for the blind, you know, that they have a seat at the table. You know, they're getting to this place where it's like, hey, we belong here too. And technology such as the OrCam is what has blessed our life. It gives me, you know, great hope for the future of this world and what we can create.
If I have to work on something really quickly that I need to read right now, I can just grab the camera and do it. Instead of doing multiple devices for multiple things, it's one device for multiple things. It's fantastic. One of my friends will come up and I already have the person in my camera, so it'll say, Joanna's right there. Joanna is in front of you. So that is cool because sometimes as a blind person, you don't know, somebody might walk away, but you don't know when, you know, if they're back and where they're sitting or whatever. To know that they're right there, it's such an independent moment right there for me. That it's like saying, you know what, I don't need somebody to tell me, hey, Joanna's right there next to you. It makes me feel amazing and independent. And one of the things as a visually impaired person, as a blind person, and a user of many different technologies, you know, it makes me feel that I have so much independence in my fingertips, that I can do so many things without having to depend on someone else coming to me and say, you know, me going to someone and asking them, you know, what is this? What does it say? What color is this? If I'm gonna, you know, wear a blouse, that I'm gonna go out somewhere and I have to, you know, find out who can tell me what color. No, this does it all. So it really makes a huge difference in my daily tasks, definitely.
ACB members are eligible for a special discount. If you are interested in viewing a demo of our products, please check the conference agenda for OrCam's demos.